calling you a radical. Liz Holmes, 4 of 11, guilty. All it takes is one juror to hung out. In my mind, the whole crowd of them, the whole cabal, including the media that propped her up, including the TED Talks, whatever that is, that propped her up. You know, they should be on trial also, but 411 not to be confused with 311. So I was in the bone marrow transplant center fighting for my life when this whole blood works mean everything. You know, we have these tubes in our rooms where you have a central lining, they draw it out and goes to downstairs to the mad scientist every single morning, and those blood works are everything. I mean, they mean everything. You know, not you're gonna end up with bone marrow biopsies, and people were coming into this bone marrow transplant center. They were coming in there and arguing with doctors, saying, "Oh, we got a Walgreens test. You're 10 hours, you doctors, you don't know nothing." You know, I know lots of people. I was in there 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. I mean, I was there near every day. I mean, off and on. I mean, at first for a long time when this was all going on. People were coming in and arguing, "Oh, we got a Walgreens blood test. We're good. We're going to take some silver, freaking," except when you got AML. Okay. And they died. You know? Her lies? Oh, God. And how about, thank you to George Schultz's grandson. You know, when they were living in San Diego, she's married, now to the Torrey Pines oligarchy. You know, Christine Holmes, the Force, her mom. Yeah. Remember that? Enron Queen? Where's Kenneth Lay? So, that's a crazy story that they didn't charge her mother. You know, it takes one hung juror, one to hold out on a jury. You know, Bill Gates, when I was in the bone marrow transplant, we were just having this conversation. Now, Governor Cox is in bed with Bill Gates, going to build little nuclear reactors in Wyoming. I'm like, it was just 10 years ago we had a trial here in Utah. Bill Gates stole $1 billion from War Perfect was invented here at BYU. Had the whole market share, had all the patents, had it all. Bill Gates stole it. Fair and Triangle. He stole it, yet people in Utah, I guess they got short memories. I don't know. One juror, hell no. One. That's all it takes. I'm really surprised they even got 4 convictions to be true, because I'm sure all you got to do is get to 1. And from what I understand, there was 1. It was 1. And the celebrity worship, I mean, that's where we're at in this country. I mean, how many did it take? Phil Spector was on his 4th or 5th murder when they finally charged him. I mean, this should have been a criminal case. I mean, the deaths that this company is responsible for, and the people that propped her up. You know, George Schultz's grandson, who came forward. You know, me and my grandsons have had this conversation over and over and over. You know, if I did something this creepy, would you? Oh, no, I says, no, yes, you would. You better. They call me Grandpa Boy. You know, it took a lot of guts for that young man to do what he did. Or she would have got away with it. You know, I think what'll happen now, you're going to get lots and lots and lots of lawsuits, civil. You know, now he goes on trial. You know, my guess is, she's going to get sentenced, and, they'll keep appealing the sentences. She'll end up maybe 2-3 years in prison, good time, probably Martha Stewart it. I think she'll probably end up on The View with her own show. Maybe sit next to Michael Strahan, and they could talk about going in the rocket Bezos and generational wealth. Her mother's Christina Holmes, the 4th or 5th. These are some wealthy Enron. Just Google her, Enron. All in the family. And I'll say this in Austria and Germany. Thank you. They sounded just like Kevin Blanch today. I'm the guy that coined the term, the nuclear green washing machine, the nuclear energy green washing machine. They used my term today. They says, okay, you want to even try to make this even a little bit of greenwashing, we will sue the shit out of you. Germany and Austria today. Not green. We were just talking about the bill. I would have been protesting at the bill. I would have been, I'd have been right there. I was in 2011, but I was a little busy right then. I was going in and out of a coma the whole fall of 2011 into 2012. I got a lot of good work coming out. I'm going to do some work on Darren Swartz. That And the Matthew Stewart case is 10 years, the no-knock warrant here, which really evolved into the Million Mass March, would evolve to Black Lives Matters. You know, Danielle Willard's issue too, and so 10 years, can you believe it? I think it should have been a criminal case, and you know, I think there should have been criminal charges, but it is what it is. 411, not to be confused with 311. It's disturbing. TED Talk, I mean, everybody had her propped up. I mean, it was such a far-fetched. I remember when it was going on, my doctors were all talking. They're like, oh my God. People were coming in, my doctors just rolling their eyes. They're like, how does anybody believe this? This is the greatest leap in medical science history. Yeah, right. Just a little prick, and we can tell everything. Oh, okay. Let me tell you, I've had so many blood tests, you don't even. Most of the time, it gets right down to it. They lay you up on your back and have to dig in your hip. They're called bone marrow biopsies. I've had a lot of them, and they're wicked. But she's guilty on 4 of 11. I mean, which blows my mind, how she's not guilty on all 11. But like I said, it only takes one juror. Ask Bill Gates in the fall of 2011 in Utah, Novell, when he robbed it blind. Remember, they had the operating system would be compatible, 95, and WordPerfect owned all the patents. And when you cooked in it, you got hooked up, it said, go to hell, eat shit, F you. Remember that? That's your Bill Gates, who never ran. He's not a scientist. I mean, this jury reminds me similar to that jury. I mean, all it takes is one. 411, not to be confused with 311. Thank you in Germany and Austria. We keep fighting. We keep fighting. In the name of everyone who died because of a fake bullshit test. U.S. Justice Department. Right. Stay tuned.